Hey guys! Today I am going to show you how to do this rope braid half up and a 3-strand braid into a 5-strand braid. Basically, I just did a little bit of everything and threw it all together. So I hope you like it, and let's get started. First, you are going to want to take a small section from the front of your hair and split that in half, and then you're going to split each of those sections in half so you have 4 different small sections to work with. Then you are going to want to cross over the bottom section of the right side and the top section of the left side, and then the top section of the right side and the bottom section of the left side. And then, since I started up at the top, you're going to want to incorporate more pieces as you go. So the 2 that are on the bottom, I just added more hair to before I crossed them over. So once you add more hair, you're just going to do the same thing, crossing the bottom of the right and the top of the left over, and then the bottom of the left and the top of the right. I know this sounds super confusing, but once you practice it and get the hang of the kind of rope part of it, it's gonna get a ton easier. This is the first time I had done this style in a long time, so bear with me. I was kind of just doing trial and error. And so once you get around your ear, you're going to want to stop incorporating pieces and then just instead keep crossing them over to do the rope braid. So this might be easier to do if you just practice doing a rope braid on its own first so that you get the hang of crossing them over, and then you can start doing it while incorporating pieces. Once you get to a good spot to stop, you're just going to want to kind of hold the bottom of the braid loosely and then pull it apart so that it really looks 3D and fuller. Now just secure that with an elastic and then take 2 or 3 bobby pins and pin it back to wherever you want it to go in the back of your head. I just did it kind of right there in the back, a little bit lower than the crown of my head. Originally, when I started doing this tutorial, I thought that I was just gonna leave it right here and have it as kind of a half up style. But then I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna keep going. So I did a 3-strand Dutch braid all the way down into the back, and this definitely gets a little bit tricky in the back because you have to switch your hands, but if you always remember which piece is on the top and that you need to add hair to, it makes it just a little bit easier. This is definitely a hairstyle that I recommend not wearing a long sleeve shirt while doing because I was sweating. I was so hot. Does anyone else get that when they're doing like a hairstyle that takes a long time? They feel like they start like sweating and it's like more of a workout than your actual workout? Yeah, that happens to me all the time. Once you get to the point where you're not adding any more hair in, you're going to want to split the 3 sections now into 5 sections so you can do a 5-strand braid. Since we did a Dutch braid for the other part, we're going to want to continue doing the Dutch braid, so we're going to put the outside piece underneath the one next to it, over the middle one, under the next one, and then over the outside one on the other side, if that makes any sense at all. You're just going to want to continue doing this with one side, then the next side, then back over, all the way down to the bottom when you don't have enough hair left to keep braiding. Once you get to this point, secure it with an elastic, and then I like to pull apart the outside pieces first to make it look like kind of fatter, and then because it is a 5-strand braid, you're going to want to pull apart the middle pieces, kind of pull them outward so that it looks more 3D, and then just go over to the 3-strand braid and pull that apart so that it looks thicker, and just keep pulling and playing with it, and then once you are satisfied, you can take a small piece from the bottom of the braid and twist it around the elastic. If you want to, you don't have to, and then you are finished. So I hope that you guys liked this kind of crazy tutorial with 3 different kinds of braids. I know it's a little bit of everything, but I just thought that it would be kind of fun to do all these different kinds and just throw them together and see what came out. So hope that you liked it, and I will see you guys next week.